Hey guys, so today I'm going to be bringing you guys the prediction video for the Super Bowl that's coming up this Sunday. I was going to make a reaction or recap of the playoffs. I got like 2/3 of the way through the recording, I think, and then for some reason my recorder stopped, and so there's no point in redoing that. But for those of you who don't already know, the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs are the ones who went to the Super Bowl, and we'll be seeing them play Sunday. Now, I believe I know who I want to win. I also believe I know who is going to win. First, let's go through their journey. Both San Francisco and Kansas City had first-round byes. The Kansas City played, I believe, the Texans first. I believe they played the Texans first. And they went down by 24 and then outscored them 51 to, I think, 7 for 3 in the last 3 quarters, but they went down by 24 in the first quarter and few minutes of the second. Led by Patrick Mahomes just being, Patrick Mahomes. The game itself was actually pretty fun to watch. Either way, even though both sides were kind of dominating each other, it was it was still fun to watch. The MVP of that game had to be the defense stepping up as well as Patrick Mahomes, which will be the same thing for the AFC Championship game where they played the Tennessee Titans. Now, this one, people did expect it to be about as good as it actually was. The Titans jumped out to 10-point leads twice, but Kansas City basically did what they did in the first round, or second round technically, and just outscored the Titans in the second half and ended up winning that one 35-24. Now, on the NFC side, we have the 49ers who beat the Minnesota Vikings in the divisional round. It's 27, I think, to 10. 24 or 27 to 10. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, they basically dominated Minnesota all day. San Francisco didn't really give them much of a chance at all. And I don't think Minnesota had a chance to begin with. I think them beating the Saints was a fluke. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm a Saints fan and say the Saints were screwed, but I will say that the overtime rules bite every team in the ass that loses because they never really get a chance, especially with how good quarterbacks are this year. And then we had the 49ers go up against the Green Bay Packers, where they won by basically the same score as Minnesota in terms of point differential, but there was a little bit more scoring. They won 37-20 against Green Bay in San Francisco. Now that leads me to the Super Bowl being in Miami. We have the Chiefs and the Niners. Now, in terms of positional battles, I think San Francisco definitely has a clear-cut advantage on the defensive side. That's not to say the Chiefs suck on defense, but if you compare the two, San Francisco is a lot more consistent with their defense than the Chiefs are. However, offensively, I do give the edge to Kansas City in terms of basically every position, but maybe running back, I think. Because, Patrick Mahomes is more proven than Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, he has a really good career record when he starts and all that fun stuff. But even though their winning percentages are high, and Jimmy G's winning percentage is, I think, in flux a little bit because he didn't have to play all of last season, basically. So, he was injured, so he didn't pick. But, I think if he did play last season, then the career winning percentage would have been a lot different. And I think that if San Francisco didn't get the luxury of playing the Cardinals twice and some other teams that were shit this year for a few weeks in a row, I don't think they would have won as many games, but that's not the point of this video. In terms of Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes missed a few games this year with some ankle injury, but the team still won without him. Now, I firmly believe that Mahomes is better than Garoppolo. Whoever the San Francisco running back is better than whoever is running for Kansas City because they have basically all three of their running backs get time. Skill position wise, well, San Francisco has what? Emmanuel Sanders and Deebo Samuel, I think, or Deebo something. Whereas Kansas City has Watkins, Hill, and Williams, Robertson. I can't remember which last name it was. So I think the skill position for wide receiver definitely goes to Kansas City. I think the toss-up would be Travis Kelce and George Kittle. So I'm just going to call that an even split. I think the offensive lines of both teams need to be better in this game because both of them do give up a lot of pressure. In terms of special teams, both have solid kickers and pretty solid punters. So what do I think the deciding factor will be? I think it depends on either one, who has the ball last, or two, which defense makes the bigger plays. I think those will be one, if not both, of the deciding factors of this game. Now, I don't give score predictions. You guys know this because the scores are just so random. But I know at least half the people who are going to dislike my option because, everyone's basically split right now. I do think Kansas City does have the edge to win. I mean, it's their first Super Bowl appearance, I think, in 50 years. And I think Patrick Mahomes would have been in it last year and win it if it wasn't for overtime with, the Patriots. So I think that Kansas City will win, but I want Kansas City to win, but I still have this suspicion 49ers are going to win. But, either way, I think it's going to be a very enjoyable Super Bowl. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. Rather, who they want to win wins or loses. Even fans of the teams will probably, as long as the game's played pretty clean, I don't think anyone's going to care who wins. But that's my predictions. That's my review of it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.